praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai, double honors to the apostles of GMS. Ownership officer be pushing this truth in sincerity. This is going to be a quick video keying in on a tendency that I wouldn't be surprised that other people may have, but certainly starting off with myself as always, alright, that could be out there. And it's that when this hell comes on you, man, alright, it's not going to come on you when it suits you. That means to say, the adversities that come with being in this truth, they're not gonna come in the perfect season for yourself. All right, when you got all of your strength, okay, all right, you know, when everything's going well, in other words, because that would mean that hell that you're supposed to be catching, that tribulation, okay, that refine is according to the book of the book of Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, where the scripture talks about how the Most High was going to refine us like gold is refined. Okay, if everything's going well, man, that refining process is not going to take place. Okay, so you're going to find yourself in situations where the hell is going to feel like it's accumulating. All right, but that's because that follows what the scriptures talks about, because the Most High deals with situations where it's always extremes, man. So that way the deliverance is even more appreciated, okay? Because you get into situations where it looks like there's no way out, man, and the Most High makes a way out, and that does what? That builds your faith up, okay? Right? Because when you go into the book of Revelations, right, it talks about how because thou hast kept the word of my patience, you kept the word of the Lord's patience. Scripture says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So when you was in your weak moments, right, the Lord gave that spirit to you, because you know He hasn't given it to everybody. We know that this is only going to be for the elect, all right? Only the elect is going to have this spirit, okay? But the Lord's going to have it to where the elect is going to keep that word of His patience. They're going to meditate upon the words of the Lord when they come into a adverse situation, okay? But really, what I wanted to build upon is this woe is me spirit that Jake seems to have when they get into when this hell starts accumulating, man. Okay, really, you're supposed to be striving even deeper for this truth, because that's supposed to be you mentally preparing yourself for when Esau comes upon you. All right, for when Esau comes within this hour of temptation. Okay, now the scripture says the Lord's going to deliver you in that time. But if you're bitching up now, then guess what, man? You ain't really preparing yourself for that moment, man. You ain't preparing for yourself for when, you know, Esau has caused it to you to where you haven't slept for days. Okay, now all you want to do now you're weak. Okay, your spirit's weak because you know sleep deprivation is like the oldest trick in the book when it comes to torture, man. Okay. And you get a Jake that's kind of sleep deprived and, you know, might have a few little itty bitty little things go on throughout the day, and all of a sudden, you know, everything's gone south. Okay, in his mind, everything's gone south. Really, that's the Lord preparing you for the hour of temptation, man. And that's when when you're in that weak state, that's when you really want to strive for the truth, man. That's when you really want to strive for the basics of the truth, man. And that's when the demons are gonna come. You're supposed to be battling them demons using the basics of scriptures, because in that moment of weakness, you're gonna refer back to the foundation. And that's why the Lord put forth that parable of you know, the seeds that fell into good ground, right? Because if you're well grounded, you're gonna come into a situation where you have to revert back to that ground. Hey, it's like boxing or any sport. When you go and you come up against your greatest opponent, you really find out that they can see through all of your trickery, man. You really have to go back to the foundations and really work out a way through the basics of stuff to beat that opponent, man. And that's why Floyd Mayweather is like one of the greatest boxers, because all he's doing is for the most part just simple things, man. Defense. You know, I don't know too much about boxing, but from what I can see from my own simplicity, it's just basic moves, man. Okay. So I'll read this precept and I'll go into the next precept. So it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee in the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. So it's going to come upon all the world, man. It'll be interesting to see whether that's cosmos or oikomen. All right. All right. This is come upon. So it's oikomen, which is talking about the whole earth, man. Okay, so not just Jake's. You're gonna have it to where all the people gonna be, and really, I'm led to believe in my own spirit. I'm thinking that's gonna be the mark of the beast, man. That's gonna be the ultimate hour of temptation, man. And brothers is gonna be delivered from that. But you're gonna start building your mind up, because Esau ain't gonna come to you when you got a full belly. All right, Lord, you got all kind of, all dainty stuff around you. And you're gonna say, and he's gonna say to you, look, do you want the chip? No, he actually is going to come to you when you're in your most weakest moment, when you're in your weakest state. That's why it's called the hour of temptation for a reason, man. And if you ain't building yourself up on a day-to-day basis, when you come into a situation where Satan's trying to really work on your mind, then you ain't doing yourself any justice, man. Okay. So let me go on to the next precept. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter and the 9th verse. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Right. And what that calls to remembrance is 300 men in terms of Gideon's army, that ultimately the Lord told him to cut all the men down to, I believe it was 300 off the top of my head. All right, because he said all of them people that you've brought, they're gonna make it. They're gonna think once they've left here that they've done it by their own hand, man. Okay, and that's not how the Lord works, man. He works through when you're at your most weakest state. Then he's gonna bring forth deliverance, man. Okay, so his name could be glorified. Hell, look at the deliverance that he's gonna bring upon Jake. Okay, look at the deliverance he's gonna bring upon the men of the Lord out here within this society, man. We're gonna receive Yahweh Shem Yahushai be Ratazah be one of those men. We're gonna receive deliverance in one of the most effed up, right, states that this earth, this the most messed up kingdom that's ever existed upon the face of the planet, man. Okay, therefore his strength is made perfect through weakness, man. It says, most gladly, therefore I will rather glory in my infirmities, right, that the power of Yahweh Shai Mashiach may rest upon me. Okay, this is a basic one. Proverbs the 3rd chapter and the 11th verse says, my son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. Okay, you get all in that weary, bugged out state of mind, and you allow them demons to mess with your mind. Really, you're supposed to be doing your best. As my motto is, be the best you can possibly be at any given time, man. Okay, so if you ain't got no money, be the best Israelite you can be in that given moment, man. And the Lord may give it to where He gives you a situation where you got money. Be the best individual in that facet. Okay, same thing. Let's use the spiritual money. Let's say you got, you're deep in the scriptures, man. Be the best individual at that. Okay, teaching brothers, helping brothers out. Okay, putting together little precept packs you can distribute to brothers or whatever, man. Whatever's going to help build the body up, man. Okay, I can't come up with all of ideas, but sincerely, I'm trying to, come out with some ideas that brothers could use to be the best individuals of themselves, the best version of themselves. That's it, the best version of themselves that they could possibly be in whatever facet that is, man. Okay, so if you ain't slept for a couple of days or whatever, all right, and the Most High's got you in that weak state, you really gonna be thinking in the back of your mind, how can I be the best version of myself with the tools that the Lord's given me now and the lot that I'm in right now, man? And I guarantee you, for the most part of Jake, all right, you be complaining and whinging and all of that. Really, I'm pretty sure for the vast majority of Jake, when you go for that adversity, man, you're not the best version of yourself. Because why? Because I've done it in my own experience, man. You get into that woe is me spirit, right? And you really start slipping in other facets that you can still maintain a certain level of integrity, man. Okay, and hence the reason for this video. All right, so it says, my son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. Okay, for whom the Lord loveth, he even for whom the Lord loveth, even as the Father, he correcteth, even as the Father, uh, in whom he delighteth, Okay, so this is the next precept. This is 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, and the 16th verse, and it says, "For this cause we faint not." Okay, let me read up a little bit actually. Let's go to 15. It says, "For all things are for our sakes." All right, so the Most High, right, created this crazy bitch for your sake, so you can catch hell. The Lord did that just for you to catch hell. Think about that. Lord's created that job environment that you're in, that you're catching all kind of mad hell in, just for you, man, for our sake. Okay, now even on a grander level, the Lord's created all of the dainty pleasures that we can go enjoy in the kingdom, and He's done that for our sakes, man. Doth not the scripture say in the book of 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter, all right, I forget the exact verse, 54th verse, I believe it's 2 Ezra 6 and 54, that after these Adam also, whom thou hast made Lord of all the creature, of him come we all, and of the people whom thou hast chosen. Right? And if the world be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance, man? Okay? And we don't possess an inheritance within society because we went off of the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, which is an even greater reason to seek Him 10 times more when you get into that weary state. So you're getting into that weary state, you gotta remember, look, you done some madness, man. You don't know what you did in the former life, man. All right, and here it is. The Most High has got it to where you got the truth, okay, which is the most important thing. All right, and for the most part, you're gonna have some food in your belly, and those are the and you got a camera. That's all you need in this thing, man. All right, a roof. Even a roof is, you know, that's really like a relative statement, man. We just need some food in your belly, all right, a camera, a means of pushing them videos out, and really even those are like not even really necessary, man. All you need is food and your sword, man, your scriptures, man, and you can keep this work, man. All right, everything else is sort of extras, man, and the Most High will have it to where you got extras, man. All right, so you don't bug out here whilst you see, you know, different people moving in a certain way. And it says, "For all things are for our sakes, that the abundant grace might through the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many rebound the glory of the Most High. For this cause we faint not, because we know all of these things gonna come, man. But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." So that weariness that you're feeling, you're damn near trying to entertain, so you can get into a state. Because really, Jake, what he wants to do is be like a baby, man. A baby, something happened to a baby where you can, relate that to catching some hell. All right. And then you cry and you whinge, and the problem gets solved by you crying and whinging. This is not a thing where it's going to be now the scripture does say you're supposed to be crying and praying unto the Lord every day. All right. But you know what kind of crying and praying that is, man. All right. It's not that woe is me spirit, man. All right. It's crying unto the Lord that I pray you destroy this kingdom, man. I pray I be of the elect, Baba Kesha. I pray that all of these things that you speak about within the scriptures that I hope I'm working for, I pray I get those things, man. Okay? That's praying and crying out to the Most. I know, look what happened again. Look, that always happens to me. Why am I the only one that's going through that? And most times you ain't, man. That's what the Most High set forth the elders. Okay? So it says, "For this cause we faint not, but though the outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." Okay? Let's go to the last precept. It's the book of Ephesians, the 6th chapter and the 12th verse. Just to build up on that point when I said when you get into that weary state, that's when the demons really wrestle upon you. That's when you really want to build upon the basics, man. Use the basics to fight them demons, man. Because that's when that's what brothers might have to do, man. Esau might put you in a situation where he's got you hanging upside down, right? He's beating on you. Your spirit's getting hella weary. You gotta ponder upon the basics, man. All right, and the basics are remembering what your house I went through, okay? Right, what different men, different prophets went through, man, for this truth, okay? So it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against powers and against rulers of darkness of this world and against spiritual wickedness in high places. So with that, Yahabashim Yahshai Ratazah, the lesson was of edification. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai Ratazah. I'll see you on the next one. Double honors the apostles of GMS. All praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.